this around on the internet a lot, particularly the last 10, 15 years. Women have been like, oh, nice guys aren't really nice. Nice guys are jerks. And there's so much that you got to read into to understand what they mean by that. What they really mean by that is a nice guy, or the guys who are pretending to be nice, really just want something from them, right? Well, first of all, this is a distortion or a straw man. I mean, it's a straw man in general, but it's a straw man particularly away from what a nice guy really is. Or actually, pardon me, away from where the term nice guy actually came from. The irony is that the term nice guy actually came from women themselves. Have you ever heard a woman say, he's just too nice? He's too nice. Oh, I like him, but he's just too nice, right? They'll even be physically attracted to a guy, but if he's too nice, they get turned off. Why? Well, unfortunately, women are attracted to toxic. They're attracted to demanding men. They're attracted to Machiavellian-minded men. Women don't like nice guys. That's where this came from. Women themselves. I don't want a nice guy, right? He's too nice for me. It turned me off. That's where it came from. So what are women trying to do when they say, "Oh, nice guys aren't really nice. He's claiming to be a nice guy, but he's not a really nice guy." What they're trying to say is that, oh, these guys are pretending to be nice. They're not really nice. In fact, they just want sex from us. First of all, any guy who's interested in you wants sex from you. So it's a stupid claim to be like, oh, nice guys just want sex. Every guy wants sex from you. If you're physically attractive, everybody would have sex with you. It's just, sorry, that's just the truth. And and women are like, oh, well, I'm not like that. I wouldn't have sex with every physically attractive guy. Yeah, because you're different. Women are different than men, right? It's not that men are less than because we would have sex with a lot of different women. It's that actually we're more simple, right? A woman needs money. She needs to be wined and dined. She needs to feel safe. She needs to feel like the guy's confident, like he's a good speaker, he's a good dresser, he has good hygiene. The list goes on. Guys are simple. We just want a girl who's physically attractive. We want a girl who's not who's not a beaver. We want a woman who's going to be cool to hang out and chill with, and then we'll have sex with her. That's just, we're simple, right? We're just simple. So the term nice guy, it really just came from women themselves, right? He's too nice for me. Not interested, turn me off, too nice, too pliable, and all that really means is that she thinks you're a pushover. She doesn't think you're tough or you're strong enough in your fortitude, in your will, in your resolve to protect her, to take care of her, to defend her, right? It all goes down to this deep anatomy, biology crap within them that needs to pick a guy who's suitable for mating and dating. Now, some people, probably myself, will say that's not always the case. Women don't have to be like that. And yes, maybe that's their nature to some degree, but they can be more idealistic or higher than their nature, and some are. But unfortunately, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So the more women constantly say things like this, the more men are like, okay, that's what they want. And the thing is it's all patterns. It's always patterns. How do you recognize something is true? Is it a pattern? If it's repetitive and it's a pattern, that means there's a law behind it, a quote unquote law, meaning there's a truth, there's a general foundation, like the law of gravity. It's a foundational truth. It's something that just always exists. It's something that always happens. Why? Because it's always a pattern. Every time you pick up a ball and drop it, it falls because the law of gravity is always working. It's a pattern, right? So if women are always saying, I don't like nice guys, guys pick up on that and they're like, gee, women don't like nice guys. And then men complain because the world it's a what women want and what the world needs, or what the world prescribes for men, are two different things. The world tells men you need to be nice, you need to be kind to people, and I would say that's good, and that's how it should be, right? So actually, and ironically, what women want is really against what is good for the world. It's very strange, and this is what leads people to think that there's something in them that's evil, or so there's something in them that's wrong. There's something in them that is counter to normality, right? Why do they seek drama? Why do they seek toxic guys? Why do they seek jerks? The long-standing argument has been that it's their biology for procreation, for hypergamy, to fulfill their hypergamy, to fulfill their survival instinct, to have the best offspring. Okay, you could argue that, but again, if you look at how the world functions, it doesn't really make sense in a way. I don't like jerks. I don't like to be around Machiavellian type guys. I've had friends like that. Don't like them. Yeah, they were fun to be around. They were exciting, even for me as a guy. I'm sure they titillate women as well. I took notes from them and I applied those notes. I learned how to become a bad boy, which got me laid a lot. In my younger days, it got me girlfriends and things like that, because that's what women want. But it never got me a quality woman. It never got me the type of woman that I really wanted. It got me sex, but it didn't get me love or a long-term relationship. So learn from my mistake, right? But also, where do you find the girl who's going to like you for being a nice guy? Where's that girl at, right? Where's that girl at? So that's the tough question, is can you be yourself? Can you be a nice guy? And you should be a nice guy. You really should be a nice guy. Men should be kind and nice. I like that. I like gentlemen. I like, you know, accommodating, proper, gentleman type people. And I don't mean the, gentleman in the sense where like, oh, he's got a bow tie and he's talking all elegant. I don't know why that got connotated on with being a, gentleman or a nice. Really, a gentleman is just somebody who has proper manners. Just somebody who's courteous. That's all. You can be a gentleman and not be weird, quirky, or wearing a tuxedo and a bow tie, sipping a martini. That's just some Hollywood rendition of what a gentleman is. You can be nice, you can be kind, you can be a gentleman, you can be proper to people, and you should be. That's something in the world that's not practiced enough, unfortunately, and and us not practicing it is reinforced by women who say they want good guys, but really they chase the jerks. So guys see that, we're like, oh, this is a pattern, it must be a law, so let me try to figure this out. So then they become jerks, right? They learn how to become bad boys like I did, and it's not who you really are. I'm saying it works, and it can get you the girl, for what you want her for, but it's not really the way to go, because it's not who you really are, and it's a performance. And let's say, even if it's not a performance, what does that mean? If you're really a jerk in real life, that means you're probably not going to be a good husband, you're probably not going to be a good boyfriend, you're probably not going to be a good father, right? And this is what women do, is they're like, I just don't understand it. He was such a bad boy, and he excited me, and he titillated me. Why did he leave me? It's just like, duh, hello, right? And again, if a nice guy doesn't turn you on, fine, don't choose the nice guy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sitting here advocating for nice guys. I'm saying it's good to be kind. It's good to be proper and normal with people. And if a woman doesn't like you for that, then she's really not worthy of dating. Why would you want to date a girl who wants a toxic guy, right? Why would you want to chase a girl who is chasing bad boys? First of all, she's probably not moral, because what are bad boys doing? They're not moral, right? And so do you really want to date somebody who's not moral? Do you really want to date do you really want to marry and have a kid with somebody who's not moral? What do you get out of it? Good sex, and it's just, she's hot, good sex. It's just weird. It's weird that guys haven't figured this out, and I know, because I was attracted to this type of girl all throughout my youth, right? Oh, these hot girls, and they're jaded, and something about it,
because they just knew how to flirt. They knew how to put themselves out in a certain way, and I don't know why, but I was more attracted to it than I was like just nice, unassuming girls. But there was a certain point where I was like, you know what? I just want a nice girl. Like these women are just weird. They're jaded. They're not even normal. They're not even like human beings. They're just weird. They're too narcissistic. They're too ego driven. You can't have a conversation with them. They're just insulting. They're mean. You know, they're toxic. Like, why would you want somebody like that? Why would a guy or you as a man want a woman like that? You would want a woman who's nice, sweet, gentle, caring, loving, and she's looking for the same thing. Unfortunately, a lot of what we see out here is a lot of women who are like themselves, maybe seemingly unassumingly normal, but they're chasing bad boys. It's weird. It's like one thing, it's it's almost the opposite. It's like women who are who've been down that road. They're kind of looking for the night. They're kind of like, oh man, I've tried these other guys. These guys are jerks. I need that nice docile guy. But the sad part is like, do they really deserve it by that point? Do they really deserve it? But anyway, yeah, man, this term nice guy, like, it's funny how women hijack that word and twist it into something that it's not, because it's good to be nice, man. And I've said this before, but it's good to be a cool guy. It's good to be gentle. These bad boy guys, these like thuggy, type dudes. Yeah, that might be attractive to some women, but you shouldn't aspire to be that. But the term nice guy, this is where the term nice guy came from. That's where it came from. It's just women. Women were like, hey, we don't want these nice guys, and guys are like, well, why don't you want a nice guy? I'm a nice guy, so you want me to be something that I'm not? You want me to be a bad boy so that I can get a date with you? And this is why guys are walking away. This is why guys don't want anything to do with dating, and this is why women are in their 30s crying all over TikTok about how nobody wants to date them anymore. It's sad, dude. It's like you made your bed, now you gotta lie in it. You did it. You chased off decent men, and you chased after bad boys, and you got them. And what did they do? They cheated on you. They used you. They got what they wanted from you, and they ditched you. And now you're in your 30s and you're crying about it. And it's like, we told you so. You should have settled down with the nice dude. Some women do. I've seen it. Some women do. Sometimes I'm like, man, why is she with that guy? But then I'm like, he's just a gentle guy. He's just a amiable person. It's like, okay, I guess I could see that. That's cool. She's not shallow. She's not just chasing after Chad. She's not, doesn't necessarily mean she'll never cheat on him. Doesn't mean she's necessarily a good person. Because sometimes women have these strategies where they'll settle down with a beta guy and then they'll hook up with alpha guys behind his back. There's a lot of messed up stuff like that happens. So don't think you're out of the woods just because you're a gentle dude and you got a good woman. Because she could, and I'm not trying to make anybody paranoid or anything, but it could happen at any time. All of a sudden she just decides she wants to walk away. All of a sudden she just decides, oh, you know what? I'm going to go sow my wild oats. I'm going to go have the fun I never had. Sometimes women marry early and then they hit 30 and then they hit their 30s and they're like, oh, I need to go on that vacation and get pumped and dumped by a bunch of... Anyway, I'm not trying to sow seeds of doubt, to anybody, but yeah, man, I wish that I wish it was just about love. I wish that it was just about, you could be attracted to somebody who's nice, and I think if you're not, maybe that says a lot about you. If you're not attracted to a nice, decent person, maybe that says something about what's going on inside you. But anyway, thanks for listening. Peace.